Now you got to see this. There is a helicopter flying right over here. You'll see him pop out right there. He's like 100 feet off the ground flying over my property. Do I have property rights? 400 feet up is as far as he's supposed to come down. Actually 1,000 feet without any kind of notification. That's how far he's supposed to come down. That's the North Carolina State Troopers right there, patrolling, I guess, for marijuana. I don't know. But to me, it's illegal for them to be that low on my property. It's not right. Tell me what you think. Not cool at all. Hey there folks, this is Josh, Stoney Ridge Farmer. Welcome back to the farm. It's another beautiful day here in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains in North Carolina, and today we're going to be installing a gate. So if you ever got home from the store, from the farm store, or wherever it is that you buy your farm equipment and scratched your head, man, how am I going to put that gate up? And then it leans up against the fence and sits there for about 6 months before you go and do it. Well, today we're going to show you how to install a farm gate. It's a really simple process. I guess this could probably double as how to install any gate, but I'll show you how I go through the install process with this Tartar Farm and Ranch bull gate. It's a 16-foot Tartar Farm and Ranch bull gate that we're going to put right here on our new wood fence that we just built. All right? Stoney Ridge. Farm, Stoney Ridge. All right, so you got home from the farm store, you just stuck a 16-foot gate in the back of your 6-foot pickup truck bed, and it looked like a wing sticking out the back. I know you did it, don't lie. We've all done it. So what we have here is a 16-foot Tartar Farm and Ranch bull gate. Now, bull gate is a little bit stronger than their normal medium to light duty gate. This is a heavy duty gate. We've got it here on our wood fence because this is going to be a high traffic area. We'll be moving our cattle from across the road over here into this pasture as soon as we get our fences done. And this is how we're going to be rotationally grazing our cattle throughout our farm. So if you're new to the YouTube channel here, please pound that like button, jump in, subscribe to the channel. There's more going on than just installing this gate. This is just going to be a quick, fun video for you. So this is the hardware that comes with the gate. This is a gate hanger, okay? The tools that we're going to be using here today are very, very simple. We've got a 9/16 ratchet right here, okay? And that's for loosening a part right here. We also have I'm using a spud wrench because I keep this on my tractor all the time. It's the most awesome wrench to have on your tractor for lining up your tools. I'll post links to all this fun stuff down the video description. And we're going to be using this adjustable wrench. So we'll have two adjustable wrenches, a spud wrench and a 12-inch monster crescent type wrench. Now, what we've got to do when you first get your gate home is pull all your hardware apart. And let's get down here and I'll show you. So this is your gate hardware, okay? Typically, it'll come pre-tightened on here, so you really can't get it off with your hands. What we're going to do is we're going to take our adjustable wrench and just loosen, maybe we'll loosen, one of these bolts right here. It doesn't take a whole lot of loosening to get it off. Just like that. Hold this guy down. There we go. So we just loosened that bolt. Now we're pulling our gate hanger off. And this is a through bolt, okay? So this bolt is going to go completely through our 7-inch post, and it's going to be bolted on both sides, all right? That's important for leveling the gate. Now, if you decide that you want to hang your gate just by using a lag bolt that just screws into the wood, good luck getting that one level. You can do it, but it's a little bit harder than what we're doing right here. Now, right here you also have a zip tie, a big old heavy-duty zip tie. We'll slip that guy off and slip them off at the bottom. And this is your chain for your gate. Pretty cool. We'll get rid of these zip ties because we don't need them. Okay, so I failed to mention one other tool. Measuring tape and a Sharpie. You can use a Sharpie or you can just use a regular old lumber pencil or a crayon or an ink pen. It doesn't really matter. All we're doing is seeking the center point on this post. So we're going to take a measurement. The first measurement we're going to take is going to be between the two hangers. So there's a hanger here and a hanger here. We want to measure to the bottom of this hanger to the bottom of that hanger. 37.5 inches, okay? Now, one of your hangers is adjustable. That's why you need that little socket wrench, okay? Because you're gonna be adjusting this guy. You want both of these gate hangers to be facing the opposite way. In other words, like this, not just hanging there. And I'll show you. You will drive through the country now and you'll be looking at gates and you'll see how people have hung gates the wrong way. over and over and over again. What's to stop someone from coming up, grabbing your gate, lifting it off the hanger, and letting your cows loose? Man, this is something that's really serious that can cause injury or life or death situation. So we want to make sure our cattle are absolutely secure, and any livestock you have, even a goat, can cause an accident that could kill somebody. So it's your responsibility as an animal owner to pay attention and to do this right so that nobody lets your animals out. Keep locks on your gates. Keep locks on every single gate you have. It's cheap enough. I'll post a link down the video description to the lock we're going to use today. It's a simple lock. It's enough to stop people or slow them down. It's food for thought. All right, so we've got our level out, another tool that we're gonna need here. And we're gonna take our level and we're actually gonna put it on our post here, and we're gonna see, because every post is gonna have just the slightest lean, okay? So that will tell me really quickly whether this one's gonna be longer than that one. And we've got a little bit of a lean that way, so we know our top gate hanger is going to be just a little bit longer. Now we had 37.5 inches between our two gate hangers. That is perfect. That's the ideal spot from bottom to bottom. So also from center to center. So the center of, if I can get this, the center of our gate hanger right here, or the bottom of the gate hanger, will be 37 inches from the other gate hanger. Now we measured from the bottom of the gate to make sure that we're up off the ground, okay? And this gate will only open one way because we've got a hillside that goes up right here. So the gate will open out that way. That's what our goal is. Now we're gonna take our level and we're gonna kind of eyeball this, and we're gonna mark 37.5 inches. So I'll show you what we do. Since this is a bull gate, this is adjustable and the top one is adjustable, but we don't want to go adjusting all of these if we can help it. So we want to try to leave the bottom one stationary and just adjust the top. So from the ground to the bottom of this hanger is 5.5 inches. From the ground to the bottom of our board right here is 11.75 inches. So we want that to be somewhere in between. So what I'm going to do is take my 5.5 inches and I'm going to add another 5.5 inches to make it a full 11 inches off the ground. So we'll go over here to our post and we'll mark it at 11 inches. We're on our post, we're on the ground, and 11 inches is about right there. So we'll take our Sharpie and we'll just put our first mark right there. Now, this is not furniture. This is not rocket science. So we're looking basically for the center of this post, and we've pretty much found it. So we're going to put a little dot right there, and that's where we're going to drill. Now we just said our measurement was 37.5, so we're going to go from here and measure up 37.5 inches. Go down to our mark at the bottom, and then 37.5 is going to be right about there, okay? This is not furniture. Once again, we're going to go right in the center of the post. You don't have to overthink this, guys. You really don't. Now we're going to take our drill with a 3/4 inch bit. Now how do we decide on a 3/4 inch bit? Well, that's the size of our hanger. So you need to look at your hanger and make sure that you get a paddle bit or a drill bit that's appropriately sized. Exactly the same. You see how there's just a tiny bit of overlap right there? That's what you want. Once you get this hole drilled, you want to be able to knock this in. So you want to take your hammer or whatever tool you might have, adjustable wrench, whatever, and hammer it in. Or you could screw it in, but we want a nice, snug, tight fit so that we don't pocket moisture inside this post. Cool? Let's get to drilling. Now, my drill bit is in nowhere near long enough to go through this post right here. So what did I get? I got some extensions. Let me show you. This is an extension. You would put this in the drill, and that would normally have like a drill bit or a screwdriver head on it, like a Phillips head or a flat head, but instead we're going to extend our drill bit. We're going to make it extra long. Now if the drill bit were smaller than this, we couldn't do that. That's what we've got. And this is a DeWalt little impact, brushless impact. Let's get busy drilling. All right, again, I'm looking at my mark right here, and I want to make sure that I go in level. I don't want to be drilling in this way or that way or that way. I want to go in straight and even and level in the center of this post. Just like so. There we go. All right, we'll repeat this process down low. It might be easier for you to drill this one first. That's why I did it first, because it's easier to tell what's level this way up high next to where my head is versus down there on my knees working with this drill bit. Now, if you don't have an extension like this, you could always drill in one side and then come back in the other side, but you're gonna have to be a little bit more precise with it, okay? What we're gonna do here, we're gonna loosen that nut and this washer, just like so. And then we're gonna go ahead and screw this all the way down to about here, okay? Just like so. Okay, now we're going to install our hanger. It doesn't matter which way this is facing right now. It will in a minute. The top one should be facing down and the bottom should be facing up. If you chose the right drill bit, this should be nice and snug. And it is nice and snug. I kind of tap it through there with my hand. If I need to, I can screw it on in there a little bit. Or I can just grab my spud wrench and give her a little tappy tappy tap. Tap it all the way through, and you can see the threads come through over here on this side. Put your washer on, then put your nut on, okay? And just leave that. It's good to go for now, okay? Now we do know this is gonna have to be out further down here. So we'll bring this one out just a little bit further. Now the space in between this gate was measured, okay? So we want to go 3 inches bigger than the gate itself, including the hanger. That way you've got a little bit of play. We're gonna put the lower one in. Same thing with the lower bolt. This is so super simple, guys. I hope you're enjoying this. I hope you like this kind of stuff. Just a little taste of what goes on here on the Stoney Ridge farm. We're gonna spin this all the way down. We're gonna go till we have about 3 threads left, and that's what we're gonna stick in there. And this one will face upwards, so it will face up just like that, and we're gonna hang our gate right on that. We're gonna do a little different with the bottom than we did with the top, okay? Tap it in. Yeah, that's what we want. Snug as a bug. Now we'll take our washer and our nut over here to the other side and get it on there. Now, we're going to slightly snug this one down because we don't want it to flop over, because we're going to hang the gate. This is a one-man job right here, so we're going to hang the gate on here, and then we're going to lift it up and put this on. It's a bit of a challenge as a one-man job, so you might need to have your tractor out here to lift up, or a helper. Again, 3 threads exposed down here. We're going to put our wrench on, and we're just going to snug it up just a little bit. There we go. Don't worry about this. If it's bent over, I'll show you what to do. Okay, now take our wrench, straighten it up. There we go, straight up and down. This is our top hanger. We're going to loosen this guy up ever so slightly. Doesn't have to be all the way off. It just needs to be where you can move it, okay? Now, the reason we measured and we wanted it to be right on the mark is so that this area that's not painted under here is not exposed. Now, you can always go get some paint and match that up right there, but we really don't want that exposed. So our goal is to have it right in the same spot. Now, we're gonna lift our gate up and we're gonna put it on the bottom gate hanger. Lift him up and hang him on the lower hanger, just like so. This is the upper hanger. Again, it's loose. It has a little bit of play in it. This guy right here needs to be down. Now, we didn't tighten this up, and there's a reason. Okay? So we're going to get this guy out. We're going to work him into place here, okay? Just like so. Sometimes this can be a bit of a challenge, so you might have to take your wrench, put it on here, and do a little finagling, okay? Just like... I was going to show off, but I couldn't show off. I was going to say just like so. Ding! Well, almost just like so. Boom. Cool. Now we'll tap this guy up. All the way up to the top right there, okay? So there's no space between here and there. That is very important, okay? Once we start snugging this guy up, it's going to lift the gate and level it up for us. So if you look down here on this end, the gate is on the ground. We've got a little bit of work to go right here. We're going to be drawing this in and tightening it up. So you can look until the gate is not level. That's what we need our level for. We're gonna snug it up here. So we'll just start snugging up back here on the back side, and that will raise the gate up. Very, very simple. It helps if you have a ratcheting wrench on this side. It makes life so much easier, but that's okay. We've only got primitive caveman tools here today. Snug her on up, and that's just lifting the gate up off the ground here. It should start swinging pretty soon. If you had a helper, this would be when the helper would raise up on the gate, or a tractor. Rome wasn't built in a day. Sometimes you got to do things by yourself. There we go. For all you purists, I'm using the wrench right now. Now we've got it to where it's up off the ground just a little bit. We're going to snug down our upper hanger, but we're not going to snug it all the way down tight because we may have to make an adjustment. So not only does the gate need to be level going this way, it also needs to be plumb this way. So we've gotten to the point where it's almost eyeball level. You can see right there. Now we're going to throw the level on it, and we're going to make sure that it's all the way level. Man, almost like a quarter of an inch. We're going to give it just a little bit more. I've got to loosen this nut on this side. We're going to give it about 2 more turns here. 1. That's 2 half turns. 2. Check it again. Here it goes. Oh yeah, dead center, right on level. I don't know if you can see that or not. Perfect, man. Okay, so we're level, but are we plumb? So we want to check that real quick. Looks like actually the bottom of this gate needs to come out just a little. So what that means is we'll knock the top in ever so slightly. We want to check level where the gate is going to sit all the time. All right, so just a little bit more. See if I can break my level. Right on the money. Awesome. Now we can take our wrench that we had in our pocket and snug this guy down. Now we didn't check the tightness of this one. Let's double check it. We might as well. We're out here. So we'll go ahead and put the wrench on here and we'll check that again. We'll give it a few turns. So next thing we'll do is snug up all the bolts and hardware that's right here up on the post. And if you really want to, you can cut these bolts off. If you're worried about your livestock, your horses or your cows getting hung up, which they will, they'll get into anything, you can cut that off flush, okay? So we'll snug these down nice and tight. We'll hang the chain on the gate and we'll lock it. We'll lock it tight. I'll show you the kind of lock that I use because I think it's important, it's inexpensive, and it's extremely important to keep your animals locked up. We keep everything locked on the farm all the time. Cameras, all kinds of stuff. Security is very, very important to me, for sure. And this is the lock that we use. It's a combination lock. I'm scrambling it so you can't see my combo, but it's a combo lock. Simple, easy, inexpensive, and it gets the job done. You can break into it, but you can break into any lock, man. If you got a pair of bolt cutters, you can get into a farm gate. Whenever you're locking a gate for your farm, or you're running this chain through, always run the chain through, drop it in to the little latch, and don't leave it hanging over top. Put it underneath, okay? So if an animal were to get this in its mouth, it would just pull against that, and it wouldn't be able to get out. If you had it draped over top, just like this, let's angle the camera down for you a little bit. So you had it draped over the top like that, the animal could just pull it loose, okay? So that's food for thought. It needs to go under, so it pulls tight instead of over, so it pulls out. And then the gate's open and the animals are free. That's why we lock our gates, because you never know what might happen. That's it. That's how you hang a farm gate. Pretty simple. That's a one-man farm gate hang, and that gate is really, really heavy. It really takes 2 people to wrestle that thing. But I just showed you how to do it with 1 person. Cool. No matter how strong you are, you can handle that. Guys, thanks a lot. I appreciate you coming to the farm today. If you want to check out the fencing series, we built this fence on the videos here. We've got a lot of fencing going on and a lot of fencing to go. So we've got 3 more miles of fence to build here on the farm. It's a journey. This is our farm. This is 150 acres now of old dilapidated tobacco farm that we're bringing back, and it's turning beautiful. We've got our cattle over here. So thanks a lot, guys. Pound the like button. The sun's getting ready to go down. I'm going to enjoy a nice cold beverage here in just a minute. And we'll see you next time on the Stoney Ridge. Be sure you subscribe. See you next time. All right? Woo!
Well, come on down to the Stoney Ridge. Bring your wife and bring your kids. We're living life pure and sweet. That's the way it's supposed to be, Stoney Ridge.